Hey everyone. Remember that video I featured recently of an Amazon delivery driver who was delivering packages to a luxury apartment complex in Houston, Texas, when she was attacked and even physically pushed and grabbed by a gaggle of elderly women who lived there? Well, folks, it has been a wild hunt across the internet ever since these videos came out to track these women down, and I am very happy to report we got them. Well, the Karen hunters got him, really. I'm just here to report on it. Anyway, this video would have been viral and infuriating enough for netizens had they just been some women being nasty to a delivery person, since most of the internet agrees, as do I by the way, that harassing and verbally abusing service workers just trying to do their jobs is abysmal behavior. But two extra elements made this video far more jarring than even some of the other internet busybody Karens who have been caught doing similar things. First, there was what seems to me a racial component here. And no, not just because the women were old and white and the Amazon worker happened to be a black woman. Of course, people of different ethnicities can and do have totally non-racialized arguments all the time. But I say this because of some of the nasty tropes, one in particular, that were used against our main character, the specific language that they chose to employ during the footage, and the completely illogical, unreasonable way that she was treated based on their wild, false assumptions about her motives. The second facet of this that makes it extra bonkers is that the woman is caught on camera attacking this woman, putting hands on her, and no, she wasn't injured, but still, you can't do that, and even taking the package she had in her hands that she was trying to deliver. But don't just take my word for it. Let's take a look.
I know you don't care. You don't give a shit. You look at that job you got.
I'm sorry to stop it right off the bat, but that's very important what she just said. No wonder you've got the job you've got. So she does know that she's an Amazon delivery driver, not a thief.
We've had thieves here, and you're a thief?
Excuse me, don't touch me.
No.
Don't touch me. Excuse me.
Let me.
Excuse me, please don't touch me.
Don't
Literally
touch
touching
me. If you could.
Literally touching me.
I'll get security.
Okay, yeah, do that, please, because she's harassing me. Thank you. Please call security.
On you. On you.
Thank you. Please call security.
You don't. I'm calling it on
Excuse me.
You don't. You're.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
You're.
Excuse me.
You're. She's attacking me.
Please call
She's
security.
attacking me. She's attacking me.
Please call security.
I'm calling you on
Excuse me, ma'am.
Stop here.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Stop.
Excuse me. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
Amazon.
Do that, please.
Oh, please do it.
Now, that behavior we just saw is obviously totally unhinged and would be unacceptable to treat someone like this under any circumstances, even without a plausible racial component making it somehow even worse. Now, when this video was initially posted on, of all times, Christmas Day, our main character, a woman later revealed to be named Jemiah Miller, included an extensive caption which explains her side of the story. It says, "I was let into the building by a resident. I have an Amazon vest on and a package in hand, so she lets me into the elevator. I attempt to exit the elevator on the second floor, and she tells me I have to go to the concierge even though my delivery instructions say customer's door. I decide to go with what the delivery instructions say and proceed to try and find the customer's door on the second floor. The resident who let me in the elevator then starts freaking out and runs and tells another lady that I am not listening to her about going to the concierge. The lady she told is who ends up harassing and assaulting me. I started recording shortly after the harassing began. Both of these were older white women, who I assume were rich based on the neighborhood and fancy apartment building, and I absolutely believe their vitriol towards me was racially motivated. I have not heard any updates on the investigation, and I want to spread this far and wide to identify these women. Because of this experience, I've had to obviously take a break from Amazon, which was my primary income, and this has all been extremely disruptive to my day-to-day. I don't feel comfortable delivering to certain places, and you cannot confirm where you are delivering before you pick up packages for your shift with Amazon's structure. Living check to check any time off from working puts me in a hole, so I've also set up a GoFundMe in my bio to help with bills and rent while I look for new work. And it looks like about 170 people have made donations to that, and it's almost reached its $5,000 goal. Okay, so it appears that, as insane as it sounds, the woman who let our main character into the building was the same woman who ended up causing this whole scene, and the woman who called over the other woman who ended up attacking our main character. All because this Amazon worker was attempting to fulfill the request of the person who ordered the package and followed the instructions to deliver it to their door. And this bit of information seemed to be the only hint that there could have been a motivation outside racism for the way that these women acted, because while racism is certainly one undesirable quality a person can have, to say the least, a penchant for power tripping is another. It could have been the case that our main character's decision to follow the instructions on the package instead of the instructions this random apartment tenant who let her in had given her to go to the concierge. It's possible that that is what set her into this frenzy. Some people are used to controlling and commanding others, or alternatively never being able to control anything. And both types of people start to malfunction when their petty orders are not obeyed, even by random people over whom they hold no real authority. Now, to be honest, I'm still leaning toward there being a racial element to this meltdown, especially given the whole totally unwarranted "you're a thief" thing, which just seems like a dead giveaway, but I'd like to explore all feasible possibilities. One suggestion that it was indeed as racial as I think it was is this testimonial from another Houston local who says in his own capacity as an Amazon delivery driver, he has delivered packages directly to residents' doors several times in the past at this exact apartment complex, without any issues. That aside, though, we got our next update from Jemiah's TikTok page just 5 days ago when she posted what she labeled bonus footage with the following caption: "Christmas Karen. Here is where I am trying to leave and get to the elevator, and the Karen who attacked me is still trying to prevent me from leaving. If they wanted me to leave or go to the concierge so bad, why was she keeping me from leaving against my will? This is after she's already attacked me and dislodged the package from my hand. I even attempted to exit a door behind me that you can't see in the video, but it was locked. The doorman eventually comes up with the woman who went to get him, the Karen with the dog, and at that point I explained to him what happened and eventually called the police when it is safe to do so. I am urging the Harris County DA's office to find and charge this woman."
I hope you know you're literally going to be all over the internet. Please get out of my way. You can't touch people. Can't harass people.
Here she is.
Can't. She won't. I will show you the.
And you can see the footage abruptly cut off as the doorman comes to the rescue. What we know for almost certain is that Jemiah was physically attacked that day, and while the footage isn't super clear, the only reason I say almost certainly, it's clear enough to reasonably determine that fact. Almost fact. And when someone is physically attacked and it's not in self-defense, it's typically a criminal offense. And when someone commits a criminal offense, that's typically grounds for some punishment. So naturally, the internet was outraged by this footage and got to the task of tracking these women down. We knew a few things from the get-go. This took place at a luxury apartment complex in Houston, Texas called Belle Meade. Oh, and by the way, Belle Meade has 100% heard about this whole thing and has issued a statement which reads, "Our staff is aware of the unfortunate incident that took place on December 16th between an Amazon delivery driver and 2 residents. The actions of third parties do not in any way reflect the values of Belle Meade at River Oaks. We care deeply about creating a hospitable environment and the safety of all residents, guests, employees, and service providers. The Belle Meade at River Oaks policy states that all packages and parcels are to be delivered to the concierge desk. To the best of our understanding, a resident mistakenly allowed the Amazon delivery driver into a restricted access elevator and a resident hallway within the building where the event took place. At this time, we are exploring all options and fully cooperating with the Houston Police Department. Due to the ongoing investigation, please direct all further inquiries to Houston PD." We also notably got a statement from Amazon on the incident, so this truly was like as viral as can be. They said, "The events depicted in this video are concerning. We're supporting the delivery partner and working with law enforcement as they investigate. We proactively communicate to drivers who deliver for Amazon that they are never required to make a delivery if they feel unsafe." Anyway, this is what the internet had to go on after the video was released, and for the last several days of people trying to track these women down. We know the area, we know the complex, we know the name of the delivery driver, and we know what these women look like. It goes without saying that finding out their identities is the hardest part of this case, or was. And once the accoster was discovered, things could start to really take their proper course, punishment-wise. And while I'm certainly no Karen hunter myself and only ever use publicly available information in my stories, there are people like TikToker Dinesh who absolutely do hunt Karens, and he managed to find out precisely who these women are. Now, I've also heard that people in the comment section of our main character's Instagram story happen to identify these people as well. The main antagonist has been identified as a woman named Barbara Rigby. Oh wait, sorry, wrong Rigby. This is Barbara Rigby. And her accomplice, who Dinesh also identified as one Yvonne Mikulinkak. And Barbara, at least, is going to be in a whole bunch of trouble. Because Miller has, according to both her and her very angry mother who commented on her Instagram posts, retained legal counsel and is seeking both criminal and civil charges against her attacker. As for the Houston PD, some have accused them of dragging their feet on this after they released a statement saying they were seeking to interview everyone, including those two women, before they recommended charges to the DA. And by the way, this other lady, Yvonne Mikulinkak, is a doozy, because Yvonne was actually named Woman of the Year by the National Association of Professional Women, and is the founder and director of the Asperger's Women's Association. I can't imagine that either group is going to be very happy to see their shining star making national meme news for taking part in an unhinged, quite possibly racist attack on a working-class delivery driver. One thing we can be pretty certain of is that these women, now that they've been found, are going to face some punishment. Okay, that about wraps this one up. We've located the Karens in question, and their many personal entanglements we'll now be hearing from legions of furious internet people, and I can't wait to bring you the update in a few months when, or should I say if, because you never know, we have some charges filed and some court dates to look forward to, and not to mention the lost board seats, the statements of denunciation, the PR. Okay. That's our show for today. Thank you so much for watching. Next episode is going to cover what I found out about the highly demanded McDonald's Puma guy who attacked a disabled man and sounded like he learned his social skills from a pickup artist. Can't wait. See ya.